Right now, international capital is rerouting. As global technology firms seek to diversify their production away from the Chinese mainland, a specific 4,000-acre site in the Philippines is becoming a primary destination for that redirected investment. The United States government has designated the Philippines to host a specialized industrial hub built specifically for artificial intelligence infrastructure. This shift is creating a high-stakes catalyst for local real estate developers, infrastructure projects, and companies listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange. Investors who recognize this structural change in Southeast Asian capital flows are positioning themselves for a transition that prioritizes high-tech manufacturing over traditional service sectors. The driver behind this movement is a critical vulnerability. China currently holds 90% control over global rare earth refining, creating a bottleneck for the entire technology supply chain. To counter this, Washington is establishing a trusted network of allies called the Pax Silica Alliance. The goal is to build an alternative supply chain that secures everything from critical minerals to AI computing infrastructure. The Philippines was selected as a key anchor for this alliance due to its strategic position in the Indo-Pacific and a deep English-speaking technical workforce. The country also holds a raw material advantage, substantial reserves of nickel, cobalt, and copper, the specific inputs required to produce AI hardware. This convergence of American strategic interests and Philippine natural resources is fueling a concentrated surge of localized economic activity. The focal point of this project is New Clark City. Here, the alliance is developing the Golden Node, a 1,618-hectare zone designed to be an AI-native manufacturing center from its inception. The scale of the interest is quantifiable. Over 20 firms with billion-dollar valuations from the U.S. and the Middle East are already in formal talks to secure space within the hub. This hub is the center of the Luzon Economic Corridor, an infrastructure spine connecting the ports of Subic Bay, Manila, and Batangas to the processing facilities in Clark. This closed-loop system keeps raw minerals on the island for high-value processing before entering the global market. For the Philippines, this indicates a transition from a supplier of cheap commodities to a specialized player in high-tech manufacturing. On the Philippine Stock Exchange, the windfall is landing first with commercial real estate developers. Companies with land banks in Pampanga and Tarlac are now holding the geography required for the Pax Silica expansion. A secondary wave of activity is hitting construction and logistics companies. Expanding the ports in Batangas and Manila is a prerequisite for moving the volume of hardware required by this corridor. The highest margin opportunity lies with local semiconductor firms. These companies are beginning to move beyond basic testing and assembly toward the production of advanced AI compute hardware. However, investors must distinguish between companies seeing short-term speculative interest and those positioned to execute the physical infrastructure over the next several years. Success in this market requires evaluating the entire value chain, tracking the capital as it moves from raw mineral extraction to high-density data processing. But there is a significant risk to this investment flow, a brewing geopolitical dispute over legal jurisdiction. During negotiations, the U.S. requested diplomatic immunity for its personnel and proposed that the hub operate under U.S. common law rather than local regulations. The Philippine government flatly rejected these demands. They have insisted that the hub must operate strictly under the Philippines Special Economic Zone Act and remain under local legal authority. The country is walking a geopolitical tightrope, courting foreign investment to build its industrial base while refusing to cede legal control to its superpower ally. If the Philippines successfully manages this dispute, it moves the economy toward a foundational role in the global AI hardware chain, shifting its reliance away from the BPO and service sectors. This creates a critical question for investors. Does the economic potential of the Golden Node outweigh the risks of this geopolitical standoff? Share your stock picks and predictions for the PSEI in the comments below.